In this episode, Millicent the nurse is very concerned that Trellis and Horatio are dying and struggles to test them in spite of their valiant efforts to keep her distracted.
Millicent is also on a quest to find Typhoid Mary or Typhoon Mary or whatever alias that disease-spreading wench is going by.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
Prepare to learn about overreacting and how to play the game of Rocket Volcano Lizard.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome once again to the Hitchhikers and Appetizers podcast, coming to you from Booth 42 at Millyways, the restaurant at the end of the universe. I am Horatio Zinn, and you're probably wondering, why am I listening to this program? Why? Because there's also Trellis Gardeen here to keep things a bit more in line.
I think if we had a ratings meter on the show right now, Horatio, it would have just bumped.
Yes.
As soon as you said my name.
Oh, I thought you said it would have just bumped off, like it would have fallen off of the table and just bumped onto the floor.
Like a firecracker shrimp that you would immediately retrieve,
Yes.
pick up, and dip in wham bam sauce and immediately devour.
Also, I want bounceable food.
Bounceable food.
That if you drop it, it just bounces right back up and you don't have to lean down to pick it up.
Shockingly, I think that's a good idea.
Oh my God, should I take it back?
That may be the best idea you've ever come up with. Go talk to Beth.
I'll talk to Beth, the chef.
Yes.
Beth, the head chef. I have to remember to knock before going in and ask permission because I don't want my head lopped off.
No.
But that's for another episode.
But it would bounce.
I would hope so.
It would bounce, and that could be the inspiration for the bounceable food.
Very good. Oh, I love how we came back around. And now, as we come back around, on our carousel of topics, I see a guest here in the booth with us.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello. I'm going to wager I know your name. Unless you would like to introduce yourself instead.
I actually slid into your booth because I heard that you were bumbling
Yes.
earlier, and that's
Yes.
a very serious sign of a space disease. And I'm a nurse,
Oh.
so I just need to come in here and check a couple of your vitals, if
Oh.
you're okay with that.
I am fine with it because I certainly would not make the effort to actually go to a doctor.
Oh, you're one of those kind of men. Okay.
Yes, very much. Also because, as you can see, moving can be a bit of a trial. Not a trial, it's a bit of an exercise. I don't know, but it takes more than just standing up.
I don't judge people based on their life choices or how much food they ingest, but from what I'm aware of is that you're here a lot.
Yes.
And perhaps
We never leave.
you never leave. And I'm actually amazed at how you, sir, who I don't know your name, but you are so trim.
Oh, well, thank you.
And,
Trellis Gardeen.
oh, yeah, I just don't know how you do it.
Very simple, really.
Yes.
I stay thin and trim through. As a nurse, you would understand the whole effort to maintain trimness and health through surgery.
Oh. Well, and I understand, I do, but that does not preclude you from also having a space disease. In fact, you both may be suffering from it. So, Horatio, I want to take you through a couple of, tests just to make sure you aren't dying. Is that okay?
I would like to know whether I'm dying or not, because then I would know whether I needed to actually make plans to perhaps leave something behind.
Not in the booth.
Well, we're all gonna die eventually.
Oh, really? Oh, I often forget that.
But we're talking about quality of life, or quality of lives, depending on what kind of ending you believe in.
True. Very true.
So we're going to do a couple tests in Trellis. You can feel safe to do this as well because,
Oh,
like I said,
good.
you're not excluded from potentially also being, sick.
Good. I would not want to rule Trellis out from having some kind of terrible, terrible space disease as well.
Totally. So
I don't want to leave him out of that experience.
You know what? This is going to be an experience. I really love your willingness here. I really do.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you to poke and prod.
It's an experiential show today, I think. I like this.
This is
This is
This is
different.
a show?
Yes.
We're doing a show?
This is a podcast. It goes out to universe, any sentient beings.
Could we consider this a PSA?
Oh, yeah. This is a very special episode.
Spreading health and wellness.
I'm now nervous. I'm very nervous. I just didn't know that there was going to be an audience. Are you guys very popular?
Popular is a very relative term.
Yes.
So I have a space disease that's brought on by talking in front of a bunch of people. So
Oh,
If it helps,
well, just pretend. Yes, go right ahead.
imagine us naked.
Oh, no.
If it helps, just imagine us naked.
No. That
Like you're talking to a
that would,
naked audience.
Trellis, when,
no, that actually worked.
oh, I thought often it makes beings flee.
That's when you actually take your clothes off.
No, it actually it re-triggered my nurse's instinct because you would not believe how many butt cracks on one being I've had to clean.
Oh,
So I could just imagine the crevasses that we'd be dealing with on your body, Horatio.
And not even all of them are butts.
no. Is that something you could specialize in medical school? Is crevasse?
Crevasse cleaning, it is a course you have to take. Now, it's not the only thing that makes someone a good nurse, but you two are good people though, because I thought I wasn't even going to be able to talk, and you've just figured out the thing that was going to cure me right away.
Oh.
That was really Trellis sometimes has an instinct, and he sometimes goes with it.
But I do have a feeling like we're avoiding the major topic here. So even though you said you aren't the kind of person that wants to go to the doctor, that you're open to doing this now, I feel like you've been pushing the actual tests.
You are very insightful. You are incredibly insightful.
Are you complimenting me to make me also forget this?
Quite possibly. I would not put it past me.
When Horatio normally goes to a doctor's office for his exams, they schedule him at the end of the day, because if he's the first patient, he's going to delay and take up so much time talking about other things that it's going to just ruin the doctor's patient schedule for the rest of the day.
Oh, I can only imagine.
I once spent a week sitting in a little paper gown on a table with paper on it and just telling a life story.
You know, we do look forward to people that we can interact with. Sometimes people are just so scared. So the fact that you even like talking to us, I can understand why you had a raft doctor audience.
Yes, they were. I actually had to lock the door, but yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're distracting me. You're distracting me again.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Now, you mentioned you thought we might have a disease. What is...
Well, that's what I'm talking about, Trellis. And the more we stop it, the more likely you two are dying.
Oh my, we should know this.
Well, and that's not very good. It's not very good bedside manner. Let me just take it down a notch.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to be like supportive and nice. That was very stressful.
I am, but you both have kept on. You're deterring me from actually trying to be helpful. Can we do this?
Yes. Now, I first of all, I want to say that if it does turn out that we have terminal diseases, we should make sure to market this as possibly a final episode or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we take full advantage.
Ratings boost.
Do you have somebody that could take care of your last will and needs if you were to die right here? That is important to think about.
There are waiters we tip.
Oh, I doubt they would help you.
No, they'd be about like cats.
Most likely we would end up on the menu.
Yes.
I don't know what happens if anyone dies here at the restaurant, but I can't believe they're going to spend much more time than either jettisoning them out to the garbage disposal or, some people are food to other people.
That's true. Very good point.
And to be fair, because this restaurant has been open for so long, the odds of people having died here is incredibly high, and I can neither confirm nor deny knowing that.
Oh, are you the official nurse of the restaurant?
I am the nurse. We're just
The
going to go
nurse.
with that.
You are the nurse. You said not the official nurse, just the nurse.
Well, I am here to diagnose, particularly, iffy cases, so that way the PR issue of the whole restaurant stays pretty good. So if you were to die here, it would not be in our best interest. So let's just say, actually, people don't die here. They're removed right before they do.
Very practical. That explains how I've seen someone carried out on a stretcher, but it's a very, very ornate stretcher.
I thought they put the dome, the food lid over top of them, and it just looks like they're wheeling a buffet cart out.
Yes.
We call it a food palanquin, so that way they're so it looks like they've ordered, as you can see on the menu, there is this one item that very few people order, and we make it seem like it's, the crown royale of it all.
Yes. Put it in the little bag, put it in the velvety bag.
Yes, and mostly that's what our body bags are like.
Oh, well, I would Trellis, on your plan, Glandar, with the plastic surgery, have you considered having velvety skin? Is that an option to cover yourself in velvet?
Everything's on the table.
Right.
There is nothing that, if you want to change your skin out to velvety like skin, it can be done. Not something I was interested in, because then you've got people coming up wanting to like make patterns in your skin, because you rub the velvet one way, it looks this, you rub it back the other way, and then people are playing tic-tac-toe on you, and it's not something I'm really interested in.
Writing notes in your velvet.
Yes, exactly. I didn't want to turn into a walking post-it.
That was very wise.
That reminds me of a story when I was just a young little nurse.
Yes.
And
The nurse, a young little the nurse.
I was a young little Millicent the nurse,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in a ride share.
Ah.
Right? So, like, I was with this kid and his mother 3 times a week, and then I was with my mother and this kid 2 times a week. But the mother had velvet seats on her spaceship.
Oh.
And I would use the back of her seat for tic-tac-toe.
Oh, wonderful.
See?
Wonderful.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. The urge to do it is just irresistible.
That being
Yes,
said,
yes.
we
Okay,
were kicked out of that ride share because she thought that was disrespectful.
Oh, my. Could it have been that the velvet on there was actually the skin of some departed relative or something? And
I had not considered that until right now, Horatio. And maybe, I had always painted her as the villain in this story.
But now you're the villain.
It's very possible. You're distracting me again!
oh, I'm sorry. I just thought my mind goes to just all kinds of possibilities.
Now, you said your title's the nurse. That almost, it sounds like a euphemism for the character in a spy movie that tortures somebody.
Yes, like an ironic kind of name.
Exactly. They, the hero is tied up to a chair, and they're trying to get the information out of him. And like, oh well, you're gonna talk to the nurse.
Ooh.
And they think, oh, the nurse is gonna come fix all the cuts they had from the beating I just took. And it comes in, and they open up the case, and it's more torture implements.
Yes. And even the lollipop in there is just something they beat you with.
Oh, yeah.
So it sounds like you're describing a fantasy to me, and this happens often, is where people think just because I'm a nurse and I wear candy stripes and I look really
Yes.
adorable that I
You
will fulfill some sort of fantasy for them. And I'm not ill-equipped to handle this kind of repartee, but just know that this does not end well for either of you.
Oh,
my.
If you continue down this line of thinking, is what I mean.
oh.
Ah, good caution. I noticed a caution light coming on there.
I'm gonna just substitute whatever I had going on with the candy stripe thing, and I'm just gonna get the peppermint dessert.
Ah, very good.
You know what? You made a right choice.
Inspirational, yes.
But
Was
again,
this part of the test? Was this
if
part of the
you're-
test?
No,
I passed. I'm
but if
helping.
you're, it's just a good dessert. Is all I'm trying to say. You made a choice about a good dessert.
Don't read too much into it, Trellis. It's just a dessert.
You're trying to avoid the actual test by asking if it's a test. I see what you're doing.
Yes. You. So we found the game in a way as we're avoiding. Yes.
Well, I was excited because you said I made a good choice, so I assumed that I passed the test.
There's just better things to order on the menu as opposed to other things. And oftentimes the peppermint cake gets overlooked.
Yes.
That's very sad. That makes me sad.
Well, people are very superstitious about those.
Am I not allowed to connect with you emotionally in order to serve you better as the nurse?
Oh, we can connect emotionally. It's just it sometimes
Apparently
it's a
I
bit
can't.
hard. It's a bit hard to break down the walls that we built up over the course of our lives.
So true, Horatio.
Isn't it? Oh, I spoke the truth.
Does he pass the test?
You passed that test.
Oh, very good. I passed the truth test. The speaking truth.
Truth telling is part of it.
I sometimes stumble upon the truth. It's not necessarily a goal of mine. I just think it's nice to pick up little things like that along the way.
You should be quitting while you're ahead, Horatio. You should be. Don't admit that you stumbled upon the truth.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it was very intentional.
That probably just reversed her judgment of your answer.
Well, you're certainly not off the hook here. Let's
Oh.
just put it that way.
Ah.
Now, Trellis, speaking of the truth, this is
I have been called off the hook, so.
okay.
That's a different thing.
So, Trellis, what is it about you that makes you feel like you have to be different than what your actual exterior is?
Oh, good question. watching he sweat. Notice his mood skin is changing color.
Where am I at right now? I'm kind of in a purple.
Yes, I believe that's the color of quandary.
Confusion. It is the
Confusion and quandary.
the confusion color for my skin.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to look better than everybody else.
There's an argument to be made that you don't look like anybody else. So
That's true. That's a good point.
That does
Is
not
it
imply
possible-
better, though. Different is not better. I want better.
but that's what I'm saying. So does it make you a better person?
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
No. Au contraire.
Do you have like a model you're basing your choices on?
I have based it on the most popular surgeries requested on Glandar. So whatever the most popular nose was, whatever the most popular forehead, the most popular chest implants, calf implants, butt implants,
Butt plants, as they also call them.
minimal
Butt plants.
crevasses on the butt implants. That was popular, very popular when I had it done. So that's how I came to look as I do now. Hopefully, it doesn't change from year to year, because then I would have to go back.
Tune up.
That was going to be my
Tops.
next question. You inferred that, yeah.
I get the annual Glandar magazine, and they've got a big photo spread and a layout showing everybody who's had all the different things done. What was the nose of the year?
Right.
What were the cheeks? And if anything's changed, I'll because I used to work at the leading plastic surgery doctor's office. I was a receptionist.
He was the receptionist.
So free work.
So that's how you afforded everything.
Yes, I could. Oh no, I couldn't pay for it on my own. No.
Yes.
Insider.
No, of course not.
Insider.
Understood. Like I did that with dentistry, so I understand.
Oh, wonderful! I love your teeth.
The teeth are magnificent.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, my people have 2 rows of teeth.
2 rows.
Up and bottom.
2 rows.
Yeah, can you see? Oh, so in case
You must go through floss like
Oh
crazy.
my, yes.
I have a flossing machine, it makes it really simple for me.
Wonderful.
Oh, you're distracting me again.
Well, to be fair, this is an interview program where we get to know
Yes.
other beings, so it's kind of an occupational hazard.
I just am concerned
It is.
that if we do not do these tests, you'll never be able to interview another person ever again.
Oh no. Now, my question is, so the test, how long would it take the results to come back? I'm just curious if we're going to find out the results by the end of the program, or if this is going to be a cliffhanger.
If you die, it'll be a cliffhanger, wouldn't it? Okay, we're gonna do the test. Here's the thing.
Also-
what?
I just want.
Trellis, we were almost there.
I just wanted to let her know. We also do not have insurance, by the way.
Yes, no.
That's not my problem. I'm not a social worker.
Okay.
All
I just wanted to make sure.
all I can do is
That is so refreshing to hear someone admit that.
I can make you feel better emotionally, but I cannot give you stability in your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you could cure us of a disease, or know we have disease, possibly cure us of it, but if the rest of our lives are just pure crap, then that won't help with that.
Your issue with debt and health insurance debt and what have you is not of my concern. I'm just here to diagnose the people that come in to Millyways.
Ah,
Help curb the spread of any disease, because if something gets in here, it spreads. Everyone goes back to where they came from. You could have really infected the entire galaxy.
yes.
So have you heard the word, the phrase Typhoon Mary?
Typhoon Mary. Yes, Typhoon Mary.
Typhoid.
I've heard Typhoon Mary, Typhoid Mary, and I believe Tornado Mary. There's also
Turbulent Mary. There's
Yes.
Turbulent Mary.
So that is the same Mary across the board.
She's just changing her name?
She's just
Oh.
changing the name. It's the same disease, and she has gone from planet to planet to planet as patient 0.
in some ways, what a lovely, lovely accomplishment. Another, what a pathetic existence. Or maybe it's somewhere between.
Now that was test number 2, Horatio, and you passed. You are not
I did.
Typhoon Mary.
No.
But how awesome must it be to always be at the front of the line? You're patient 0. No waiting.
You know what number you are.
There's a really excellent point in Trellis. I had not considered that. Now she does bring pain and suffering to
Everyone in the line behind her, but
Yes, absolutely. But I guess someone's got to do it.
And I like that she doesn't judge who she judges. It's there for everyone.
Correct.
The disease is there for everyone. It's not just for one segment of the population.
Is she who you're looking for? Is this your white whale? Your life's goal to find typhoid, typhoon, turbulent, tornado Mary?
Typhoid, turbulent, tornado, torrent Mary has escaped my grasp many times. I just need to know who it is.
Oh, so it's you're not trying to stop them. You just want to meet them.
Maybe get an autograph.
There's a world. If we're doing honesty here, there's a world where I'm afraid I'm her and I don't know it.
Oh, I thought this was going to be a love connection kind of thing, but no, this is like a imposter syndrome, doppelganger.
I think I want to be her, and we're never in the same room at the same time, and there's
Yes.
periods of my life that are just blacked out.
Well, if you're her, aren't you in the same room as her at the same time?
That's something I hadn't considered, Trellis.
Oh my. Oh, I'm taking a moment here.
You know, you do look a little rashy. What are the symptoms of
Typhoon Mary.
Typhoon Mary?
Or Typhoid Mary.
All right, we're gonna do them together. We're gonna do them together because we're all gonna do the same test, okay?
Group fun.
That might be a good way to trick us into actually taking the test.
As you remember, the reason I even came over here in the first place was because you couldn't finish a word, Horatio. So now we all have to say, without bumbling over it, the hardest word in the entire Babblefish language. Are you ready?
Oh my. Oh, let's try it. Let me limber up.
I have a surgically placed hole in my tongue to help with saliva production. So this may be difficult. I'm not sure.
And if it is, we can just laugh at him.
To be fair, this is a universally hard word across all species.
Very good. The great equalizer of words.
Exactly. The word. I'm going to write it down, and I'm going to have you look at it, and we're all going to speak it at the same time.
I think this is worth a try. This is definitely worth a try.
Don't write it in condiments for Horatio, or he's just gonna lick
I
it.
will-
Is
Yeah,
that what that is?
That's condiments, yes.
Yes.
Condiments and bacon.
I'm disturbed. All right, we're going to.
Not very hygienic.
I've written the word down,
Mm-hmm.
and we're all going to look at it at the same time and say it at the same time.
All right.
I'm going to flip it over. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ooh, this is a fun game. I like the flip over.
This is wonderful.
I'm nervous, actually. 'Cause I've never had to do
I'm
the test on
giddy.
myself.
I'm giddy.
Okay, we're going to flip it over.
Are you going to get a count until we say it on one?
We're gonna.
Correct.
Thank you. That's a good question. On one, after we say it together, we start talking. It's right. We should have ground rules.
It's
Yes,
just
yes,
on
very
one?
good.
So
I'm
three,
only
two,
counting to one?
Three,
Wanna do
two,
three, two,
Oh,
one.
we're going
and
down.
then
We're
we
going
stop.
down.
Yeah.
3,
This,
2,
this
1.
is always the most complicated part of any kind of group activity. Is the whole where do we start on which number and
It's the same with rocket lizards and volcano. You never
Oh,
know
yeah.
which one. Is it rocket lizards volcano go or is it rocket lizards volcano now? So
exactly. So many accidents.
I always go with volcano. Everyone else picks lizard, and very few people pick rocket to fly off the planet, which would beat volcano. And volcano crushes lizard, and so I always go volcano because I like strength.
I understand, and it is also an aptitude test, knowing who chooses what first and when. You know what I mean?
yes,
It's
yes.
another test for another disease. All right, we're just stalling because we're all scared.
I am terrified.
Oh, and by the way, and lizard does beat rocket because lizard usually gets caught in the engine and the rocket crashes.
Also, disease. There's an argument that maybe Mary was bitten by a lizard, at some point.
Maybe that's where rocket lizard volcano came from.
It could be. Typhoid Mary, rocket lizard volcano.
Not only did she spread disease, she spread a very wonderful game to make decisions on.
She wouldn't be the worst person to be, would she?
No,
I mean, she
No.
probably would be, but in some ways not.
there's always two sides.
All right, we're going to do this.
All right, you ready? Are we doing this?
On three.
Wait, 3, 2, 1, and then we do it.
Flip.
And then we do it.
Okay.
Now, we're all going to count together, so we can't avoid it.
All right. Listeners are listening, going,
We're gonna-
just get on with it.
We're gonna count to 3 and then count to 3 together. I'm gonna count to 3 and then we're gonna count to 3 together.
Wait. Is it 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1?
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna count to 1.
Because you
You're
just
so
said we're
right.
counting to 3. I think you have the disease. You're Typhoon Mary. That's what I think. I think you're trying to
There's no nurse.
really mess
There's
with
no
us.
nurse to replace me as the nurse.
You could do both.
It would be the perfect cover to pretend you're a nurse when you're actually Typhoid Mary.
3, 2, 1.
Boom. Bah.
Why'd you put an exclamation point on it?
I mispronounced the last syllable. I'm sorry. That I have to wipe that off. That was spittle. That was not a punctuation mark. That was spittle.
We passed.
We did. We passed.
We passed.
So we don't have to say man, woman, whatever those other 3 things are.
No.
Good.
But you know what this?
The ultimate test of whether your brain is still functioning is if you can remember 5 damn words.
Do you know what this means, though?
Oh no! What does this mean?
Are you too healthy?
Are we healthy?
I can't be Typhoid Typhoon Mary
Oh, you can't because you did. Oh my! So
because I'm well.
the search continues. The search continues.
Well, you've eliminated 3 people.
That's true.
So, it's
3 of
true.
us, out of how many billions and trillions and gazillions in the universe?
I know there's a point in time where she comes to this restaurant,
Oh.
and that's how she gets the disease. And there's a patient 0 here that gives it, and it's just not us, and not today.
Oh.
My guess for the most likely day is probably Margarita Mondays.
That's true.
Just for the alliteration. Just for the alliteration purposes.
Mary's Margarita Mondays.
Exactly.
Oh.
And today is Wednesday. I am never.
Or it could be the mojita. It could be the mojita alternate Monday.
Yeah, every 4th one.
Can I tell you?
They slip a mojito
You
in
can
there.
tell us anything.
I'm always off on Mondays.
You should come here. You should come here for Margarita Mojita Monday.
Yeah, but do you really want to come back to your place where you're working on your day off?
Oh, that's true.
You're right. It is. It's a lonely position to be in, to make connections with people that you can never talk to again or can never see again. And you're really. I'm only the nurse to you two. And you'll go on with.
You're the nurse, as far as
I
I'm
feel like we
concerned.
bond.
The nurse.
Did we not bond today?
I thought we
I
bonded.
thought we bonded. It's just I have to move on and bond with somebody else after. It's just a lonely
No.
existence.
Well, maybe this will help. We're not leaving. We're always here.
Yes. Easy to find.
We decided to come here so we didn't have to actually travel the universe, and possibly. So that would be another reason to eliminate us as being
Correct.
patient 0. We're not around spreading disease.
No.
We're here contracting whatever diseases we might get from someone.
We're collecting stories, not diseases.
We are huge petri dishes.
I think this has been the most informative episode of my life.
It could well be the only episode we've done that might actually have something to teach people about. No, never
What would
mind,
you
that probably
What
isn't.
would you say was what did you learn, Horatio? And then I want to hear your succinct words about it, Trellis.
I learned how hard it can be to get to a test, get to taking a test, ways to put off taking a test, and then finding at the end just how wonderful the test actually was.
Well, and it's just so you know that is nature's way is to put things off. So I understand. But you're right. It's never as bad as we think it is on the other side.
What often? Then again, I don't want to go into the whole subject of Trellis's marriages, but I'm sure that many of his wives thought, oh, it couldn't be that bad. And then they get to the other side and find out, yes.
Well, that's because Trellis doesn't know who he actually is underneath all the plastic surgery.
Oh, Trellis.
Oh, when did this just turn into a psych evaluation?
I don't know,
Oh.
but I like it. As long as
You've
I'm
been
evaluating
evaluated.
But there always is another side. And when my wives got to the other side, they were happy again. So
you. He had a group divorce, 23 wives divorced in one thing, and you have never seen 23 happier beings cavorting around,
it was
dancing.
Yeah, if it wasn't,
Revelry.
so sad that the marriage has ended, like it was completely trumped by all the happiness that followed.
And a number of them actually hooked up after that and found romance with each other. It was quite wonderful.
They all married each other.
They all married each other.
I don't talk about it,
I
but they
see.
actually, they all actually married each other.
It's just a big
After they
23 spouse marriage.
Is that where they got the name 23andMe
Actually, it's
Yes.
23 and not me.
and not you?
Well, if
Yeah,
it's
so-
referring to you, Trellis, yes.
Yes.
So Trellis, what is your takeaway from today's experience with me?
Well, as usual, Horatio has stolen my thunder.
Ha ha! Score.
And I was going to say, I have learned how to put off taking a medical test to determine whether I have a disease or not. But I have also learned about patient 0. I did not know typhoid, typhoon, tornado, turbulent Mary existed. And so I'm going to be on the lookout because I want to help. And if she is here on Margarita/Mojito Monday, I will. What's the best way to let you know? So you could get here, or could you? Are you that far away?
I do have sensors placed throughout the restaurant, and if you were just to start to misuse words,
Should I pretend choking? Should I pretend I'm
just
choking?
be unable to say words properly, and that should alert me to the presence.
You, considering this is Trellis, you might be here a lot because he stumbles over words quite a bit.
Oh well.
I think it would be really cool if we had a big spotlight and I
Ah.
could shine it up, and it just said, either TN for the nurse, or do you have a logo?
Uh-huh. Ooh.
Oh.
Yes, I actually do. It's a diamond with a circle in the middle, and it looks like a vagina.
Oh, fascinating. Fascinating. This.
I didn't have it designed that way, but when I saw
When
what
you
it
got
was,
it back, it was like, oh.
it was clearly what it was, but I could
There's
only
nothing else it
afford.
could have been.
It couldn't have been anything else. But so many labels and logos have phallic designs in them. So I said, you know what?
Yes.
This
Why
will
not
be fine.
balance things out?
Why not balance things out? It's supposed to look like my hat, but from the
Oh, the top
bird's
of it.
eye
Oh,
perspective.
yes, from the top it does.
Wait,
does
tilt,
look like
tilt,
that.
tilt your head forward.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It does.
It's exactly that.
It is that, but it just so happens to be a vagina as well.
Now, did you not know that until you got the logo back?
How
Did
would
you
I have
never see
known? I just said I wear a hat. Make me a logo.
Maybe do you never take it off?
I don't ever take it off. Are you judging me, Trellis?
No.
Trellis, don't be rude.
This is my job. This is my personality.
I'm judging the fact that you never apparently have taken your head off to see what it looked like on the top.
Well, I thought I was going to leave here with friends, but now I feel like I'm leaving with enemies.
That one thing just totally ruined our friendship?
I totally support.
Stop kissing up.
Trellis, once you actually know who you are, then we can get to know who you are. Horatio is comfortable with what he is.
I am comfortable with what I am because it's much easier that way.
Well, let's put it I wouldn't have recognized it even if you had taken the head off, because even though I had
23 wives. There's a reason they were unhappy.
Yeah, exactly. Clearly, they would attest to me not knowing where the vagina is, let alone how to work it.
Yes. It sounds like you may have actually read Trellis's ex-wife's book, in which she made him a fictional character.
Oh yes.
Killed him off at the first part of the book, and there was monologues in there about his inability to find the vagina.
Oh, yes.
I skipped those chapters completely.
Now, I am a fan of a fantastic
Yes,
publication
yes,
and a theater performance called Ovary Acting.
Oh yes. It's very
That's
basic.
when
It's from the beginning, isn't it?
Yes, Ovary Acting.
I find that method to be a bit much. It's a lot.
You're losing me, Trellis. Horatio, absolutely a pleasure. Trellis,
It was lovely. I just sensed something from you immediately that there's a trust, there's a chemistry.
Kinetic bond.
Kinetic
chemistry.
bond, yes.
I learned something and I normally don't.
Oh, you seem super knowledgeable, and so I would think, how much more knowledge could you cram into your head there?
That's just it, is that you never can know too much. And that when you know you don't know anything, then you don't know anything.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to inscribe it.
Trellis, don't act like you understand.
I'll try explaining it to him later. I'll get some visual models and
I hate when people try to force relationships. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, Trellis, stop it. Stop.
Anyway.
Bad Trellis.
I will make sure that even though we don't get along, your peppermint cake will be delivered to you shortly.
See, that's class right there, Trellis. That is
thank
class.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Perhaps I will at some point be able to mend our what was almost a bond.
You are trying way too hard.
You
trying
are.
way too
You
hard.
are, Trellis. Yeah, in order to mend this fence, it's going to take more than some whitewash.
Horatio, you get it.
I do, don't I? Don't I?
You
I'm
get it.
impressing myself very much. I think
Wow.
it's just being near you. Being near you is just I'm just feeding off of the brilliance.
Don't push it.
Oh, okay.
Well, we still got to make an entry in the guide.
Oh, that's true. I think it should be Trellis. Something bad about Trellis.
Well, the entry is the nurse.
Are you telling me I could be in the Hitchhiker's Guide?
Yes.
You will. You are. Yes.
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 That's the whole point of this of us being here. We're interviewing people for guide entries.
Yes. That's how we're paying for our food and beverages here.
I think. It
Yes.
sounds
I
like,
love how high pitched you get.
Have we
there.
just reconnected? I think we just reconnected. Oh, tears! Wait, just wave your hands to get those tears. That's.
Oh, that's lovely. That is lovely.
I can see. I am seeing both rows of teeth. That is such a smile.
I think you may have a third row growing in there too.
No, that's bad. I gotta go.
Oh, then it's not.
So the nurse.
Yes, the nurse cures all.
The nurse cures.
I
all.
don't know.
I
The
like
nurse?
It's a test worth taking.
A test worth taking. The nurse, a test worth taking. And the diagnosis to all.
And look out, Typhoid Mary. I'm coming.
But look out.
That's it. Look out,
Look out.
Typhoid Mary.
I'm coming for you. Before you come for me.
Well, thank you so much for coming over to the booth, and I appreciate that you thought we looked like we needed some help.
Because we do. Constantly.
We do.
We all do.
Even if it's not like a medical emergency.
The pleasure has been yours.
Yes, I agree. I don't see how you could have found pleasure in this, but we did. Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guest, Millicent, the nurse. I have been Horatio Zinn.
And I continue to be Trellis Gardeen. Until next time, keep your towels clean. And if you're a teenager who's stuck on a sand planet, it's perfectly natural to want to get high and ride giant worms for something to do. So don't panic.
Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and Jessica Lynn Verdi as Millicent the nurse. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
Shut up and sit down.